is not true, it can lead to lie. So we expose it.
Before the music starts, let me lay this out in plain English. The Islamic dilemma is a simple logic problem built from the Quran's own claims. On one hand, the Quran speaks positively about earlier revelation, the Torah and the Gospel. It says God revealed them, and it describes the Gospel as guidance and light. Then it goes further. It tells the people of the Gospel to judge by what God revealed in it. And it says, you're not standing on anything unless you uphold the Torah and the Gospel. It even talks like the Torah is something they actually have in their possession. So according to those verses, the Torah and Gospel were treated as real, available, and relevant. But here's where the conflict hits. The Quran also disagrees with the central message Christians preach about Jesus, especially the crucifixion and the gospel that the apostles preached. The New Testament message is built on this. Christ died, was buried, and rose again. So the dilemma is this. Either the Torah and the gospel were trustworthy at the time, or they weren't. If they were trustworthy, then their message about Jesus stands. And wherever the Quran contradicts that message, the contradiction becomes a problem for Islam. If they weren't trustworthy, if they were corrupted or lost, then why would the Quran affirm them, describe them as guidance, and command people to judge by them? Muslims usually respond in two ways. Some say the Quran is affirming the original Torah and original Injīl, not the Bible people read today. Others say corruption means people twisted the meaning, not that the text was destroyed. But that creates another question. When the Quran commands people to judge by what's in the gospel, that sounds like the text is accessible, not missing. And the Quran even says, if you're in doubt, ask those who read scripture before you. So the real issue becomes, what do you mean by corruption? Is it the words? Is it the interpretation? Is it missing? Is it present? Because whichever answer you choose, it has consequences. You don't get to affirm the earlier scriptures when it helps and dismiss them when it hurts. That's the Islamic dilemma. Now, let's weigh it.
Not heat, clarity, not volume, weight. Truth is not afraid of question. Mīzān, the scale. A mind is a lantern, but it needs clean oil, or it smokes in the dark while it thinks it's loyal. We say God is truth, and let truth be the test. Not the loudest claim, but the coherent best. If God speaks, his speech is not a fragile thing, not a rumor that time can quietly unking. So I ask with respect, as a seeker of light, what do your own words say about earlier writ? Confirming what came before, that's how it's framed. Guidance and light in the gospel acclaim. Let the people of the gospel judge by what's in it, and stand on Torah and gospel, that's explicit. So here's the question, not cruel, just plain. If the earlier word is usable, why deny its chain? If the earlier word is broken, why command its use? The scale can't weigh truth if the weights are loose.
Knowledge loves definition, wisdom loves consistency. A heart loves peace, but peace must live in honesty.
We don't fear the search, we don't rush the proof. We ask what stands when you strip the roof. If God confirmed the earlier pages, let them speak. If God told you judge by them, then why call them weak? Like, we don't fear the search, we don't rush the proof. We ask what stands when you strip the roof. If God confirmed the earlier pages, let them speak. If God told you judge by them, then why call them weak? Some say corruption, meaning letters erased. Some say corruption, meaning display. So define a claim, what kind of loss do you mean? A vanished original or a crooked way of reading? Cause a command has a context, time and audience too. If God tells people judge by it, the book must be in view. If God says you have it, then it's present, not gone. Not a ghost scripture no one can put their hands on. And when doubt speaks softly, the Qur'an even says, if you're unsure, ask those who read before your day. So the conversation is not forbidden, it's invited. Truth doesn't fear witnesses, it's clarified. Here is where philosophy meets the soul. A worldview must carry its own weight whole. If it borrows a lamp, it must honor the flame. If it corrects a book, it must prove the blame. And I'm not chasing victory, this is bigger than pride. I'm asking what saves when the night is white. Now I open the Injīl in the form you can read, and I see a person, not a tribe or a creed. Now I'm merely a teacher with clever replies, but the word made flesh before human eyes. A gospel anchored in public history's spine. Christ died, was buried, rose, a claim in time. And Paul gives a rule for any message that comes. Even an angel can't replace what God has done. Scripture isn't a weapon, it's a courtroom light. Evidence for mercy, truth for the night. Test everything, not with rage but with care. Like Bereans who search what was truly there. So weigh it with reason, with patience, with fear of God. Not with memes, not with echoes, not with inherited fraud. If earlier scripture is affirmed, don't silence its voice. Follow where it leads, let your mind rejoice. And if it leads to Jesus, then don't hesitate. Come to the light and let grace rewrite your fate. Mīzān, the scale. Truth doesn't need hate, it needs light.